What is up, gang? How are y'all guys doing today out there in internet land? It's your third favorite white boy, DSO3. Hope that life's treating you well. You're expecting to see PP on PP action. Okay, that's something, Panda. That's definitely something. How's everybody out there doing in internet land? Once again, I apologize for the extreme lack of quality and so forth, but sometimes you just gotta go balls deep. You know what I mean? That's just the way the world works. So we're going to be running with it, and we're going to see how it goes, see how it works. But before I get to the calls, I have a very important message. The internet can be hard. Can it not, gang? Sometimes we have good days, sometimes we have bad days. That's just the way the world works, We try to fight it, but, sometimes we're just not that lucky, which is disappointing, but at the same time, what can you do, right? Sometimes you got options. Either you can annoy the person, go at them directly, like the code of Budo dictates, or, just mess off and, try to send Trojan viruses into their computer. People have all got options. Well, we're going to be talking today with a very special guest before we get to the calls. So I know y'all guys want to get on your calls, and don't worry, you will be. Everybody's going to get a chance to get their calls in. But first and foremost, I think we have to speak to an honorable man, a good man, somebody I'd like to consider a friend. So speaking of which, we're going to go ahead and try to get in contact with said person. Trying to contact them now. What's up, Guinea? Let's see. Are they connecting? Hello? Caller? Caller, are you there? Okay. Seem to be having a little bit of a problem with that, so give me just one split second. Apologize about my spelling. Definitely not the best. For some odd reason, my OBS is only showing my Twitch chat, not my YouTube, which is perfect. That's just what I need right now. Okay. Let's see how this goes. Okay. Nope, seem not. PM me. You're in? Okay, awesome. Glad you made it in. Now, let's see. Check one more time. See if maybe they are available now. Okay, I think that they're in now. Okay. I'm gonna try this call again. Maybe we can luck out and actually get our guest on.
Good afternoon, this is Mike.
Why, hello there, sir. How are you doing today? And may I first off say thank you for accepting the call and thank you for being on the Behavioralist. How are you doing today, sir?
Thanks for having me on. How are you?
I can't complain too much. It's been a little bit of ups and downs, but then again, when in life is it not? You know what I mean? But
yeah, man. I mean,
go ahead.
No, I said, well, I mean, I was sitting here at my desk today, and this fucking nasty, degenerate stripper whore kept calling me over and over and over.
Now, why is this degenerate stripper whore trying to call you over and over again?
This degenerate stripper whore, as we all know, is codenamed Kristen Ariel Connor.
Yes, I've heard of her, yes.
This whore...
Mm-hmm.
So I met Gorgeous George. Sometime about 2 years ago.
Yes, sir.
Some dirty cunt named Angela had referred him to me.
Yeah. Because you afford let me rephrase. You conscribe different information so forth involving legal matters for people who, need help, correct?
Yeah, folks hire me to transcribe and format pleadings. They know what they want to do. They just don't have the ability to grammatically or correctly put the document in place. Hold on one second. This might be this whore.
Oh, it's the horror. Okay.
This is Michael. Excuse me? Hi, Mr. Daughters. This is Mr. Yared. Like he's a science teacher, Mr. Yared. Hey, I'm going to have to call you right back.
Ah, yes, sir. Understood. Understood.
Hold on one second, Miss Goddard. Hey, it's my son's science teacher. Let me give you guys a call right back.
Yes, sir. Of course. We'll be waiting available for you.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Okay. I apologize about that. We're having a little bit of a crazy day going on, is it not? Now, for everybody who's watching, if you don't know, there's a gentleman by the name of George Alexander Yared, and yes, that is factually correct. His initials are GAY, which, I don't mind, different strokes for different folks. I don't judge anybody. He's recently gone on a very long tirade of attempting to sue people on the internet because they have the testicular fortitude to point out that he does a really crappy show, much like mine, Well, I encourage people, if you don't like my show, point it out. I mean, trust me, I can't really blame you there. But George Alexander raped. Oh, man, is your name? Is your name? Sweet baby Jesus, sweet baby Jesus. That chat's crazy, boys. Chat's crazy. But anyway, let me get back to my point. My apologies. Now, this gentleman, George Alexander Yared, has made it a point for the last 8 years attempting to sue people such as Gordon Freeman. Yes, that Gordon Freeman from Half-Life, by the way, because they make commentary and transformative work, which is all protected under the first or fair use doctrine, which is, one of the great things about America. We have the right to speak freely, and that's the whole point. Now, this man has been attempting to sue people. He slanders, he defames people for a number of years, but whenever people do it to him, he seems to take it rather personal and attempts to sue them, which is just kind of mind blowing to me. Different, it's kind of odd, but sometimes you can't control that. And some people just have mental illness. There's just no way to, get around that, sadly. The Homeless George Show. Yes, correct. Poor Jamie Wayland. That's a whole nother story. That's a whole nother story I'll get into. Just one second, guys. I'm living up to the shit show. Oh, it's quite all right, honorable sir. You just take your time, do what you got to do, and whenever you're ready, you just give me a call, okay? Okay, that was something. What was that? Andrew, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. Andrew Bravik. Okay, thank you. It's awesome. Thank you. Now, like I said, if y'all guys want to, mostly I do my shows on Twitch and so forth, so y'all guys definitely follow there and so forth. And that's where you can definitely get a hold of me at a lot more easier and so forth. So, but anyway, let me get back to my point. Now, recently, this gentleman, I use that term loosely, mind you, George Alexander Yared, seems to have contracted a daytime stripper by the name of Kristen Ariel Connors, or as we commonly refer to her, crack whore, to basically try to attack this gentleman who only, tried to help a man who was trying to sue people for using their First Amendment, which, I'm not going to fault him. It is his legal right to try to go so. But recently he was defeated in court by a very honorable man by the name of Sean. Now, Sean, as people in the chat would be able to tell you, is a really good man, very intelligent, very creative. He created the famous GG Sucks series, which is something, if y'all haven't seen, you definitely need to go watch. You definitely need to go watch. Because people such as, like Sean and Marty McFly and Will Markland. These are people who inspired me to get into calling, shows and things like that, which I seem to apparently be famous for. Now, sadly, this woman seems to want to continue trying to attack this honorable man, and for the life of me, I can't quite figure it out. He's a honorable man. He served his country with distinction, and he should be shown a little bit more respect than having some crazy crack whore call him 20 or 30 times while he's trying to work and help people. It's just utterly mind blowing, the fact that this woman seems to be able to try to attack people and think that there's no repercussion. Now, she is in fact a daytime stripper. I did say that correct because you only get the A squad during the nighttime where the money's at. You know what I mean? Now, this gentleman, George Alexander Yared, there's a lot of things going on about him, but I'll give you the little bit of information I know. Now, recently he lost his home, or his father's legacy, as he puts it, because he spent so much time attempting to sue people. Now, I want you to keep this in mind, because he claimed that he had a six income figure. That's a literal quote. He lost his home due to the fact he did not pay his money. Now, anybody who's watching who doesn't know what I'm talking about, please look up Yared Wars. You need to follow that. You need to subscribe. They have amazing merch, things like that. I'm actually going to be getting some things in the very near future because they stand for freedom, and that's something I have a lot of respect for. A lot of respect for. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, if we don't have freedom, what do we have? I mean, it's just a universal truth. And I've managed to make a number of friends who are part of the Yared Wars and so forth, and I'm honor myself to be considered as one of them. What's up, Watermelon? What's up? Yeah, she couldn't even make morning during the day. Yeah, you're not kidding. You're not kidding, man. Oh, my apologies. I was just informed that she was fired from Daddy Rabbit, so apparently she's not even good enough to be a daytime stripper, which means, she's going to be living on the welfare state even more, so my tax dollars are going, hard at work right there. Let me tell you what. Let me tell you what. So, I see that we have a number of people waiting on the call, so while we're waiting on the honorable gentleman to make his return, we are going to check that out. Thank you for the follow, Porsche. Thank you. That's awesome. Thank you. I appreciate that, brother. I appreciate that. So we are going to go in here, and let's see. We're going to Miss Isabel. Would you be a doll and manage to pull in a Mr. Prospect? Okay. Okay.
No way.
Why, hello there, sir. Thank you for calling in the Behavioralist.
I
How are
am
you doing today?
I'm having an amazing day. I'm so honored to be here with you.
Oh,
You're
no, the
like
honor's
a
mine,
legend.
sir. Oh, well, thank you, sir. I try my best to make people laugh and so forth. I'm honored that you're willing to
The
spend
Buddhism
time.
hotline. That's just so clown.
Well, thank you. I appreciate
Shout
it.
out to my boy Porsche for his following.
Thank you.
But
Yes, most definitely.
anyways, so have you ever met Jonathan in real life or no?
No, sir. I cannot say that I've met a Jonathan. I mean, I've met a number of Jonathans. Which one? You're going to be need to be a little bit more specific, sir.
Hills Katie's
Oh,
ex.
yes. No, I never met my girl's ex, unfortunately. She left him and came to me, and I never really had any action to meet with him directly.
Is she on the show or no?
No, she is not available right now. I do apologize about that. Maybe on one of my Twitch shows, she'll be doing some guest spots and so forth.
Yeah, no, I've been had you followed on Twitch.
Awesome. Well, thank you. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. So, anyway, have you ever had any issues with the internet of being harassed and so forth? Anything like that, sir?
Not really. Except for kids in your chat putting like porn in the NF, whatever it stands for.
Not safe for work. I've found in these type of situations, it's like the brony board on 4chan. You got to give people a space to be weird at and just let them go for there. Keep it contained. It's like
Have you looked at it recently?
Actually, no, sir, I haven't. Actually, is there something
Take
I
a
need to
look.
be aware of? Okay, is it not
Yeah.
safe for work?
There's a
Let's
bunch
see.
of. It's not safe for work. There's a bunch of Mexicans playing on guitars and shit, and this
Uh-huh.
bitch just walks in and just like there's some guy sleeping. She just jumps on his dick. Super
Oh,
weird.
okay. That's yeah, that's weird. I mean, girls seem to like the guitar players, so that's a viable possibility.
Yeah.
That's a viable possibility. But yeah, the main point of this is just basically I'm bringing up, like how to deal with opposition in life and so forth. Have you ever found yourself in situations where you felt like you were just being overwhelmed by anything?
Yes,
Well,
multiple times.
if you don't mind talking about it, well, what is it?
So I was at school, right? And
Okay.
like I was sitting in class, and she had like a vape pen, and she asked some kid to charge it, and the teacher like caught her, and she called because we have like a school resource officer, and he
Yes.
called the school resource officer, and like he came and like arrested her and like started, and he checked, like she put a bunch of like drugs in my backpack, and they checked my backpack and they found them all, and they blamed it on me, and I got in a bunch of trouble, and now I have to go to court and shit.
Yeah, that does sound about right. I mean, like in my experience, man, especially with people don't like taking the hits for their own mistake. And that seems to be a very common problem nowadays. People they don't want to accept responsibilities for the actions in which they're guilty of. So, what is your plan for this type of situation, sir? I mean, what is your plan whenever you go to court?
Get a shotgun and kill them all.
Yeah, you might want to avoid that. We can't encourage violence and so forth, but
Yeah, no,
I
I'm just kidding.
yeah. If I was you, I would debate the pros and cons of maybe just informing of who is the drugs they actually are, because if they've collected said drugs, they should be able to fingerprint and find if they find multiple fingerprints, it kind of confirms your story. Because I mean, you seem
Yeah.
like you're a young kid. You seem like you got a lot going on, and the last thing you need to do
Yeah.
is get wrapped up in something because somebody else is an idiot, more or less.
Retard.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
is there anything else I can do for you, sir?
Wait, do you know Watermelon, right?
Yes, I know watermelon. Yeah,
He's a cool guy. He's a cool
yeah,
guy.
I like
And
watermelon.
Detective Garfield's were off too.
Oh yes, definitely. Shout outs for F is for watermelon and Detective Garfield. Those are some very good dudes.
Yes, sir.
I definitely agree.
And I like Riot Cook's video of you on, what is that show called? It's like a chick. Good day.
Jennifer Day.
Something.
Yes, I've called into her
Yeah.
show a few times and so forth. Yes, sir.
Is it hard to get into or not really?
It can be. It takes it takes a while to actually get on the line and so forth. And like the main reason why I do like call-in shows and so forth is just trying to spread a little bit of humor around. You know what I mean? Because life can be way too serious sometimes. Sometimes you just gotta relax and have a little bit of humor. You know?
Yeah, your chat's going wild. Once I jerked off to pictures of my George Yard's mother.
Oh yes. Apparently she was split roasted by the psychedelic band or the '60s LSD band psychedelic butterfly, from what I've heard. So apparently she was a little bit of a loose woman.
That's crazy. But what do you have to do to become a moderator in your chat?
Just
Remember.
be active for a little bit of time. Let me like do an occasional interview and so forth and things like that. And if you want to help out and so forth, you're always welcome to. Okay.
Yeah, I will. But yeah, I was on here yesterday again, and your Streamlabs wasn't working. But what was wrong with it?
Well, more or less, I'm running into a hardware and software issue involving basically very limited internet due to my location. And right now, I mean, case in point, I'm running off of a laptop right now, which explains the lack of quality and so forth. So right now I'm just working with hardware and software issues and so forth. But I want to try to give something, something to try to help people out at, let them, talk about problems, try to give advice on certain problems. Because I've been around the block a few times, and I feel like I want to give back and try to help to people,
Yeah, Porsche's Russian.
Porsche's Russian. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, you know, different strokes for different folks. Like the block. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
All right. Well, heck, I hope that anything else I can do for you, sir.
No, but just keep on calling in on Jonathan's Buddhism hotline.
Well, I try to call in on a number of different shows, such as like the Jehovah Witness hotline, the relationship hotline. Those are if you enjoy call-in shows, you might want to subscribe to them and all that, because right now they're really small but they're getting bigger really quick because they're really good. They're definitely really good. Definitely need to check.
Yeah, I'll definitely check it out.
All right.
Isn't it that one African?
I'm
The
sorry,
relationship hotline?
The relationship
Isn't
hotline?
it that African?
No, I don't believe that the gentleman's African. I believe he's from Brooklyn, if my memory serves me correct.
Okay.
But anyway, anything else I can do for you, sir?
No, sir, but I love watermelon.
Okay, well, don't we all, brother? Don't we all? Alrighty. We helped out that gentleman. That's one person we helped out. Good job, Internet. Grand Theft. Oh, Kenny, why? That's horrible. I chose the wrong time to click that. Oh, sweet Jews for Jesus. Okay. Now, our honorable gentleman, he is still a little bit preoccupied. Honorable sir, if you want to, just message me on Discord whenever you're available. We'll pull you back in and we'll talk about everything. But we're going to go ahead. Miss Isabel, would you be a doll and pull in another caller, please? By the name, Porsche. Okay.
Hello.
Hello, caller. How are you doing?
Deuce?
Yes, sir, it is. Actually, it's
I'm doing
Behavioralist.
quite
How are you
well.
doing today? Could you turn your background stream off? I'm seeing here a little bit of a reverbage.
What?
Could you turn the background stream off, please?
Hold on. Let me just
Yes.
reduce the sensitivity.
Yes, sir. Understood.
Is that better?
Yes, much better. How are you doing today?
I've been doing quite well. I'm actually quite tired right now due to my time zone.
Okay.
Because I could be probably the first caller calling overseas.
Yeah, well, thank you for calling in, and it's an honor to get the chance to talk to you, sir.
No problem. I respect you. I want to say, just to correct the previous caller, I'm not Russian.
Okay.
I'm Slovenian.
Slovenia.
You know where First Lady of America is from, right?
Yes,
She's from my country.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, basically, I'm probably the only caller from that country that ever called in to the show like this, or Jonathan Hills, perhaps.
Yes, sir. Well, thank you. It's definitely an honor to get a chance to talk to you.
Yeah, I wanted to say this. I'm in quite struggle right now. I'm trying to choose my first car.
Okay.
But due to my size, I don't fit in a small car.
Okay.
And I've been looking at larger sedans and caravans, but there's so many. I just don't know which to pick. Do you have any advice in that?
Well, for that type of situation, I would definitely, especially with size, the main thing I would think of, especially in vehicles, armor. Like, I grew up around motorcycles in my younger years, and I've seen way too much road rash for my time, so I take as much armor on a vehicle as I can get. I'd probably go with something along the lines of sedan, because the versatility and, the additional space is never a bad idea.
Yeah, I've been looking at that too, but I'm actually I want to have some headroom in the back as well. Currently, I drive my dad's car, and it's a Mazda 6, and it's I have space in it, but when I sit in the back, I hit my head in the roof because it's going down. So I've been looking at wagons basically, but I'm targeting perhaps the BMW E39 5 Series from the 90s. They look quite big, and people say they're bulletproof and stuff like that.
Yeah, they're actually
Regarding the
pretty
engine. I'm basically looking more at the German steel, but I'm still in quite struggle because some people say, yeah, good car, best car, I'll never buy anything else, and others say it's German, it's gonna break down, you're gonna have a bad time.
Well,
And
I can see
you
the
know,
argument on both. The main thing I would say, if you're buying a foreign vehicle and so forth, you want to make sure you want to check on the repair cost on it and so forth, and make sure that still works within your budget.
yeah, that's why I'm looking at the base models because less things go wrong. So and smaller engines as well, but I still want to have some power under the bonnet. Uh,
Naturally, yeah.
but yeah. Also, hold on, I'm running out of words.
It's okay. Take your time.
Uh, thank you. Uh, Unlike Jonathan, who wouldn't take my time.
Yes.
Uh, uh, yeah, I want to say this. I'm gonna just change the topic again.
Okay.
Uh, about wait. What is your main topic today? Basically, can you
Basically, on dealing with opposition in life, whether that be like spiritual, physical, whatever those things are, and good strategies for attempting to avoid letting yourself be bogged down by things like that.
Yeah, so you're talking basically about people that bully you, or how do you?
Well, it could be argued that, but I mean, it could also be yourself bullying yourself in the form of depression, things like
Hmm.
that. I mean, there's a number of things. I mean, life's hard, Like people, that's what I really don't like about like Hollywood movies and so forth. They don't show the real aspect of sometimes, Goliath wins the fight. I mean, it's majority of the time Goliath ends up winning the fight. So it's sometimes it's up to you to figure out the best strategy of what you need to use to move forward.
Yeah, I know. I've been hearing stuff like life is like a chicken ladder, short and shitty. But
That's a good one. I haven't heard that before. I like that. I might start using that. That's pretty good.
yeah, but it's probably people have different opinions, and I mean everyone is entitled to their own opinion.
Very true.
But uh, to be honest, some people just get jealous, and that's probably the main thing that get them to criticize others. Uh, Not just because they have more money or stuff. They for example, talent.
Yes.
Uh, I mean, and also the conditions they're living in. Uh, Also, and some even say some even say that they're born in the wrong generation and
I
stuff
mean,
like that.
I've argued the same point myself. I mean, like I see this. I mean, have you by any chance been paying attention to the recent Gillette commercial that seems to be getting a
No,
lot of notoriety and so forth?
I don't think so because we have different commercials here.
Well, this right here is on YouTube, more or less. It was an ad that was uploaded by Gillette, basically condemning toxic masculinity and so forth. Basically saying be a part of the change and so forth. And YouTube is currently
Oh, so
regularly
you're
deleting it,
oh
deleting dislikes and comments. I know because I've had to leave my same comment on there for the past 3 days. At least every 5 hours, it gets deleted.
yeah.
Yeah.
Those like related to are those like related to the social justice warriors or
More or less
is
the
that?
argument of they're encouraging the shying away from toxic masculinity and being part of the solution. But here's my thing, though. There's nothing wrong with masculinity. There's never been anything
Yeah,
wrong with it, But people want to,
yeah, that's
condemn
just
and so forth, and for no reason, you know.
yeah, that's mainly the left doing things.
Yes, sir.
Uh,
I'm fully aware. Trust me. Sadly,
yeah, but I don't want to support the either extreme sides,
I
either the
agree.
extreme left or extreme right.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
people.
always
I
the
mean,
best to be in the middle.
Yeah, it really is. Because, I mean, like, case in point, whenever I was going to college, because I shaved, like, after I got divorced years ago, I decided I would change up my look. So I decided to start shaving my head regularly. So, at me going to college, naturally,
Oh,
as soon as somebody tries to get into an argument, they try to bring up, oh, well, you're just a skinhead because you don't agree with me, which is literally them using racism on me because of my appearance.
oh.
You
To be
know?
honest, you're starting to look like Walter White from Breaking Bad, or John Kerry from Slayer, the guitarist. Uh,
John
yeah,
here. Okay. Cool, cool. I can respect that.
I like
Yeah, I can
it.
respect that.
uh,
See, I've heard a lot of people say I look a little bit like Rob Halford as well. So I get
yeah.
that one a lot. Yeah.
Fun fact: I've been on the Slayer concert in November.
Really? How
Uh,
was it?
yeah, because I couldn't hear normally for 4 days because I didn't bring earplugs,
Yeah.
and I didn't have my voice for 3 days because I apparently knew the lyrics.
Yeah.
There were like, it wasn't only Slayer. I went there mainly because it's they're leaving. They're old and they want to have the rest of their life in a bit of peace. Uh, Otherwise, for example, the singer of AC/DC went deaf because he went on with music for too long.
Yeah, I
Uh,
mean, you got to pray. Whenever it's like, well, when you work in a factory, you got to take care of your feet. When you're in the music industry, you have to protect your ears, your voice, and things like that because
yeah,
it's like any other muscle. You can overdo it sometimes.
yeah, because life is like a car tire. You go everywhere, you experience everywhere, and after time you wear out, basically.
Yeah,
And
very true.
uh, yeah, I wanted to say, back at the concert, I actually saw also, do you know Lamb of God?
Yes,
Uh,
actually, I've heard them
um,
before.
and I started listening to them after I saw them, and it's great. I'm trying to donate some music from Lamb of God to Jonathan Hills, so he can headbang to that.
Okay.
So I can actually get the donation. I can actually get donation recognition this year, so I can get
Yeah, yeah. Well,
attention.
I mean,
Uh,
I've got donations set up if you want to try to get it to work on mine. I mean, whatever. I mean, it's whatever works. But I can understand. Like I've donated a couple times. I like donating to especially like smaller streamers because it's not
yeah,
easy, and every little bit helps. Every little bit helps.
yeah, yeah. They actually recognize you as a donator. Because, for example, Jonathan doesn't really even notice who donated and what they said because he's talking over what the messages. So he doesn't
Yeah,
even pay attention to that.
yeah.
It could be probably that. It could be probably that because everything is going so fast, and
Very true. Because I mean, you gotta keep in
every,
mind they're getting Spitfire donations back to back to back to back. So
you actually have luck, you know, just what you actually wrote. But mostly, as of today, it's all N-word everywhere. So
yeah,
uh,
unfortunately.
it's not
Like
worth noticing anyway.
Yeah, unfortunately, like
Um,
I try to shy away from things like that. I like to try to build up a little bit of a story so that there's a little bit more of a payoff with the punchline and so forth. But I've noticed
and
some of
this
the
is what I
callers are
like
getting
about you.
better.
And this is what we like about you because you actually bring something original.
Yeah,
Because you're like a fresh steak of meat, juicy and full of content. You know.
yeah, yeah. Well, thank
Uh,
you. I'm humbled by that, sir. Thank you. I actually do mean that.
yeah.
I mean, I
I
really
just
do
want to
appreciate it.
keep that up.
Oh well, I'll tell
But
you
if
what. I'm not
everything,
planning on stopping anytime soon, so that's for sure.
yeah, but if anything gets in your as an obstacle in your life, just if it's more, if you think it's more important, then focus on that.
Yeah.
Because good
Well,
and
I mean,
hotline
like
is not a
naturally,
necessity.
like with my family and children and so forth, they always come first, and then I'm usually like fourth on the list. But yeah, yeah, I definitely know what you mean, because sometimes you just got to push through. Like, always, just remind myself that deep down, I'm actually the fucking juggernaut, and then move on from there. That's the approach I go for, you know.
Yeah, I've been saying to myself while watching this stream, well,
Hmm.
not this stream, the Buddhism hotline stream, just what am I doing with my life?
Yeah, no, I I can
because
understand. I've literally sat there and asked myself the same question. But then every once in a while, I'll get small messages like from you, or like the one you just did, and things like that, being like, "Hey, this actually helped me out," or this actually made me laugh when I was sad, and things like that. And that's one of the main reasons why I keep going. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Because I could be, trying to make more money and things like that, but at the same time, I want to give back to people. Maybe bring some humor, things like that. But
yeah.
I've just received a message from our special guest. Is there anything else I can do for you, sir?
Yeah, I just want to say as a notice to other viewers, I want to raise awareness. If you want to have sex with a furry, you risk having carpet burns. It's a really painful thing. I do not recommend doing it at all.
You really should. Did you have sex with a furry, sir?
Oh no, no, no,
Okay.
no, no.
Okay. But
You know,
then
I
how would you
actually
go
have.
about that?
I think it's a similar material to a carpet or
Hmm.
any other cloth, basically.
Yeah.
But,
Actually, got a funny story about
I've
that.
been
I got
doing.
a friend of mine who's a young Jewish girl, no joke, who actually makes fur suits for the Fur Reich. And that's not even a joke.
Oh,
Yeah, but she
oh,
gets a
that's
little bit of humor in
ironic.
it. She puts Jews. She puts stars of Juden in the costumes. They just don't ever see them.
That's super ironic.
Yeah, yeah, right.
Yeah,
Life's full of it. Life's full of it. Well, sir, I'm probably gonna go. Well, thank you for that
yeah,
bit of advice.
yeah.
So
Just
everybody
one last
remember,
thing.
if you try to have
One
sex
last
with a
thing.
furry, okay, go ahead, sir.
Yeah, yeah. Just wanted to say this. If you're confused on choosing which side you should be on in political terms, always look at a steak. You want medium rare. You don't want too raw or too well done. Just like you don't want to go too much to the left or too much to the right.
Very true.
Alt right is the best. The middle
Very
is the
true.
best.
I agree with you there, sir.
Have a great day.
Wholeheartedly. Have a great day, sir. Okay, our guest is trying to call in. Hello. Hello.
Hey, how are you? This is Mike.
Yes, hello, sir. I do apologize about the bad timing and so forth. My apologies, but anyway.
No,
Mhm.
I'll get to that. Miss Connor, she had threatened my son earlier, and one of the teachers that called me, so I had to deal with that. She has the idea that she can make threats to Marines and cops and shit, and nobody cares. But I'm sure we'll get into that.
So
I've been
a
looking
grown
forward to
woman
talking with you.
threatened a. Oh wow, that's kind of
She
mind blowing.
she sent me a picture today of my son and told me she knew where where he went to school. So I sent her a picture of an AK-47.
I can respect that. I think I've threatened worse for less. Actually, I can definitely
Well,
respect that, sir.
the problem is when you don't fuck with somebody's kids.
I agree.
That's that kind of the problem. Her kids run around in filth and shit all day, and
Yes.
she
I've seen
think
the
her
pictures.
and George are the same way. Oh, I do too. Did you see that nasty little trailer baby running through the double wide?
Yeah, unfortunately, it kind of blows my mind. Child Protective Services have not been involved in that situation yet. It's mind.
Well, from what I understand, the Swedish AG made a phone call up there, and there has been an investigation initiated.
That's good. That's good to hear because, I mean, from the videos I've seen, the children are running around in filth with dirty diapers on, just jumping, making a mess. Not to mention, from what I've gathered, that she entrusted her children to somebody who apparently abused them at one point. Who
Well,
also goes around.
Not only does that man engage in stolen valor, but
Indeed.
he and but there's 3 Marines in this house, and none of us take kindly to that.
Oh, I can definitely
We all
respect
earned our
that.
title. We earned our title. This piece of shit, however, he's an MMA fighter. He's a Chesterfield carrier. He's an Henrico County policeman. He's a U.S. Marine. He's a Navy SEAL. I mean,
that's
goddamn,
mind-blowing.
man,
Like, how did he find time to do all those things? Because I mean,
at 25 years old, how do you? At 25 years old, how do you join the Corps, the Navy, I mean, goddamn, man, how do you go about that?
I mean,
We had
he
a
must have
baby
came
with
out
us,
of the
by the
womb
way.
ready to fight. Like, he must have just been born ready to battle, I guess. Or he's a liar, which is what I'm probably going to base my bet on. You know what I mean?
Well, Marty, I don't know if you remember, but Marty called, or it was either Marty, Billy Baxter, or Jay Smith. They called up there to
Hmm.
the MMA center, and they flat out said he was a rejected fuck up.
Yeah, yeah. Because I've done a little bit of MMA training. It's nowhere near as easy. I mean, anybody can throw on a pair of trunks and go out there and get punched in the face. But it takes a little bit more than just saying you're something to actually be something. You know?
Well, these people are just trash. They're unadulterated shit.
They are. I agree with you, and I'm honestly kind of taken back about the fact that she made a threat to a teenage boy. Like, that really
Oh, right.
shows.
That's what makes it worse. He's not even a teenager yet. I'll send you a picture of me to share with the viewers. I'm the
Okay.
white guy in the middle.
Yeah. Okay. I got you. I got you. Right now, I'm running on a
Send that to
POS.
your viewers.
I don't have the screen captures thing set up, so I won't be able to. But I will tell you what, I will be sharing this on Discord, so all the fans who would want to are welcome to check it out yourself. Because I'm looking at it right now, and it is showing you verbatim. I mean, you are in formation. I mean, see, this is what I don't get. This crazy crackhead is saying that you're stolen valor. You've literally shown proof. Like, it's not kinda, sorta. I've literally seen it. So in
There's
what?
a Marine sitting beside me right now that's attached to the same unit that I was in.
Okay.
Master Sergeant Bailey, say hello to the Discord.
Don't mind me. I'm just here enjoying the show.
Hey, pleasure to talk to you, sir. Honestly, never had a chance to. Honored to talk to you. But see, like me, like I'm not sure if you're aware of my work and so forth. I've done a couple of occasional call-in shows, basically humor, things like that. And but like Stolen Valor, that's something that's not cool because my stepfather, he did 2 tours of Vietnam. I was raised in a very strict household with him and so forth, and it's something that he really drilled into me was about respect for other people. As long as they've earned that respect, that's a big difference. There's nothing wrong with having respect for people, but they need to deserve it. You know what I mean? But
I absolutely. When you asked me to be on the show, I was extremely taken back, and I asked Marty, and Marty said, "Just be myself and answer your questions." So I'd love to know what I can do to help. I'm an honest man. I don't lie, cheat, or steal, except in a courtroom. So how can I help?
well, sir, honestly, just being here is more than enough. I've been a big fan of your work and all that for a while now. I've
Thank you.
regularly messaged you on Facebook and things like that. I honestly consider you a friend. You're a good guy. You got a good sense of humor, things like that.
You
And
as well. I've
I
enjoyed your
try.
work.
I do try. It's at the end of the day, it's all about some laughs. You know what I mean? Because life's way too serious. And see, that's what's wrong with this crack whore, Kristen Ariel Connor. She doesn't get it. And I don't think she ever will. Like, case in point, now she's claimed that she was a child actor on the movie 1992 Dave, about the president and so forth. Now,
Dave,
yes, yeah, I've got that movie. I've watched the end credits very closely. Her name
me
doesn't
as
show
well.
up.
You're not alone. I did the exact same thing, and I didn't see crack whore or bitch or slut anywhere.
That would be an interesting turnaround for 1992 for damn sure. But yeah, I didn't see her not once on there. The child actor who was on that show is actually an actress in Hollywood. Like, she's an actual actress. So I don't get where she's coming from on that. Now, sir, if you don't mind me asking, you were recently involved in a case, correct? The case of all cases.
I was a witness
You
for
were
the
a witness.
plaintiff in the case. Oh yes, I was called to the stand.
Yeah.
I showed up. I got there in the morning about 7:30. My homosexual husband was kind enough to drop me off to work
Which is
before
nice.
he went to work, and he dropped me off downtown.
No.
I went there. I had a Starbucks coffee, and I waited for Gigi. Well, 8:30, I went up to the courtroom. There was no Gigi. Judge Gibney came out with no robe on, and he was talking to. They said, "Where is my plaintiff?" And I stood up. I said, "Your Honor, I'm Michael Saunders for the plaintiff. He's not here yet, but he's on his way."
So he was late to the
When
case
Judge
of all
Gibney went back,
cases.
no, he showed up at 8:58.
Wow.
He showed up at 8:58 for a 9 o'clock docket. I remember the courtroom security deputy asking the stenographer, "How did this idiot get this far?" And of course, I began to laugh.
I've honestly wondered the same question for the last year. I really have. Like, I've asked a number of people who were part of the Goons and
Me.
yourself, and
I'm
I'm
the
just
only
like,
reason.
how? Yeah, I mean, that's it.
Me.
Like, I really wish I could have sat in the back of that courtroom and watched this fat idiot go around questioning the one person who is willing to show up for his case, but at the same time regularly degrades, talks about, bums money off of, and like, this is why I don't understand, Mr. Michael. How is this man able to pay you for a service and then turn right around and then ask you for money to go put on a prostitute's book at the Richmond jail? How?
Oh no, that whore wasn't in Richmond. That
Oh,
whore was at Riverside.
oh,
George would drive over an hour and a half from Henrico to Hopewell, Virginia, to go look at a whore between glass and hope the slut would give him some pussy when she got out. He bought her a TV. He bought her some tennis shoes. I mean, he bought that bitch a sweat set. He gave this whore tons of money, hoping and praying for God that this no good slut might give him some snatch when he got out. And of course, she got out. His dick stayed in the same place it's always been, in his fat, nasty pants. Goddamn bitch.
Oh yeah, and like, I've seen those pants, man.
sorry, I'm
How
just
does he
so- I'm
always
just
walk
so
around
upset
in
by-
filth?
Well, I mean, the few people, what folks ask me most is what is the fat slob like? And I took pictures of GG when I was here, or when he stood at my house, and Marty, he sat here and cussed Marty out. We have an entire video of him standing here pointing at Marty, screaming, "I'll fuck you up, you fat bitch! Cut it off! Cut it off!" And I wouldn't cut it off because, goddamn it, this is my house.
Yeah, that's mind
I
blowing.
have
Going
one
into somebody
room,
else's
and
house to
especially-
demand things.
I may not run the whole goddamn house, but I run one goddamn room, and in my chambers, goddamn it, my goddamn chambers.
Yeah,
I'm chief judge around this.
Yeah,
Not George.
Yeah,
He gets very angry if you don't. George has this sense of entitlement. The first day that I met Gigi, and I'll say this again, I met him at a Starbucks, and he was wearing 2 collared shirts. Not one, but 2 collared shirts. He has more shit and grit in his fingernails than a Chesterfield County cop.
I've
George cannot.
seen those fingernails. Like, oh god, every single time I wonder if my nails look bad, I look at his and I immediately, like OCD, I have to scrub my hands and clip them down immediately because just the layers of filth on those things are just utterly disgusting. It is.
Well, that's all George has ever known. When Marty sent the cleaners to empty out the bank's house, there was nothing but dog shit and piss all over the floor. I don't know if you're privy to this, but this morning Marty emptied the bank's house. Everything in the attic, George's crib, everything is gone. And Marty took everything from that fat faggot. I love how he called it. He's good. You goddamn right. The only thing that fat faggot can say to me is, "Well, at least I'm not a homosexual." Well,
Yeah,
you know what, George? I may
I'm
be a
not-
faggot, but I have a house.
You know, I've never been confirmed to that. The way that he openly hates gay people, because if you watch him talk about, that dirty faggot, as he calls it, Sean Brennan, or he talks about you, if you look in his eyes, like the deep seated hatred behind him, that man's gay. I guarantee
George,
you, he has
I
touched
told him
penis.
that the other day. I told him that the other day. I said, George, eventually you're just going to admit that you're a dick sucker.
Mm-hmm.
not only that, he openly discriminates against people of color as well. He
Oh,
got kicked out of the hotel. He got kicked out of the hotel he was staying at because he called the secretary the N word over the
Yeah,
phone,
I
and
heard
he had to
that.
live
I
with
heard
it.
that. Was that like a legitimate thing? Because I'm going to explain that one for
Yeah,
everybody
I was here
watching.
for it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Now,
George got upset because the man demanded payment for the room. And he said, "You're not the manager. You're not the manager." He said that about 18 times. And after the man said, "Look, I'm the clerk. I work here." "Well, you're a nigger." And that was the end
wow.
of the world.
Like,
George, but George is not a racist, but when he gets angry, you're a nigger. And
see,
you're a faggot when you're mad.
yeah, I've noticed that because I mean that's not even the only case. I remember him being a part of the DoorDash on group in Facebook, and wasn't he
Oh,
kicked
the
from that
black cunt.
group for using racial epitaphs towards the moderators of that, which were two African American women?
Yeah, he looked at her and told her that she was a black cunt nigger bitch.
Jesus.
I need to send you some of the recordings that
Please,
we have.
you are welcome to send me as much as you want. It like I know my girl hates it. I study this. I literally studied the case of George Alexander Yared because he is literally a case study of what not to do in life. He's a liar.
Well, George has taught me that you got. I wish you had been on the call earlier, and if I had, I would patch you in like I always do everybody when Gigi calls. Hey, Billy Baxter.
What's up, Billy?
What George doesn't understand is that George is the definition of what Judge Gibney called a misanthrope.
He is. And
If
the
you
funny
don't
thing is, the
know what a
judge
misanthrope-
called him that to his face.
Yes, he did.
And did he just had a
Yes.
stupid ass stare on it, didn't he? He didn't
Yeah,
understand the word.
Judge Gibney, I'll be honest, I didn't know what the fuck it meant until I heard it. Judge Gibney said that what Sean Brennan may have done is dastardly. And George had the audacity to tell a United States District Judge, "That's a good word, Your Honor." And the judge said, "Thank you. I'm pretty confident in my vocabulary, but your approval means a lot."
Oh my God.
George is the most arrogant homeless person I've ever met.
And will openly let a 12-year-old child antagonize him.
Oh, he hates my son. He's terrified of Michael. He is terrified of Michael. Utterly terrified of the devil.
This is a 50-year-old man who's afraid of a 12-year-old, what a 12-year-old boy is going to say to him. Because he knows if he mouths off, he's going to catch it proper.
Oh, it's the most aggressive thing. Mike will sit here and he'll joke like little kids do, and he's like, "You shut the fuck up, you little bitch! I'll fucking kill you."
He's terrified of a 12-year-old boy. You should have heard him today telling Marty how he was going to beat Marty's ass, and he picked your flavor, and then Marty and me said, "Guess what? You gonna call us a nigger next?" I love how Marty says nigger.
Yeah,
Yeah. You're gonna call me a nigger
that
next.
Swedish accent, it makes everything just sound so eloquent, Like I listened to the last live stream.
Hey, he's never said nigger in front of Bailey. Guarantee you never said that.
6 foot tall, 250 pound, goddamn stripes are United States motherfucking Marine. You say the N-word right to my motherfucking face, be the last thing you say before you see God.
Bailey earned Master Sergeant in the Marine Corps. Do you have any idea how long it takes to reach that prestige? Much longer than I ever served.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, dude. It's a lot of dedication and a lot of work. And here's the thing, though. The fat one, George Alexander Yared, because he like that's what I call him, because he regularly says I'm 243 pounds soaking wet. I've heard that on a conversation once. Now I'm 250 pounds, right? I'm not a really big man, but I have a lot of muscle mass that has a layer of fat over it because I don't want people to see what's coming. You know what I mean? That's from years of doing security and things like that. Now, in my just guesstimation from what I've seen with his body height and so forth, I would say he's around 315 pounds. Would that be very far off topic? Would that be very far from the accurate fact?
George is. I'm trying to find my other phone where I have the pictures of Gigi. George is just a fat, I literally went to Walmart and bought him shoes the other day, and he wore those same shoes to court. His shoes had no sole. I mean, it had no tongues or soles in them.
Jesus Christ. And this is a man who
I
spent
mean,
8 years suing people instead of handling his own business like a man.
Well, you should have heard him today. I wish you could have heard. He was going to sue Marty McFly. He's going to beat his ass.
Like, he argues, I'm going to sue Marty McFly. For what are you going to sue this man over? Like, I don't get it.
That's where George lacks the fundamental understanding. He doesn't understand what a cause of action is. If it offends George, then it's criminal.
Yeah, which is just mind-blowing to me. Like, the narcissist.
If it offends Gigi in any way, and that's what I understand. How can you be homeless living in a minivan and call me a faggot? How the fuck can you do that?
Yeah, it's mind-blowing to me. Just the delusions that this man lives in. Because realistically, because he received a very small stipend for getting out of the bank's house, he blew all that living in a motel instead of looking for something in his means.
$5,200.
$5,200.
He got half a week before he'd leave and another half after a week. He's been sneaking in and out of the bank's house for quite some time.
So he's been illegally breaking into the property.
Many times. And he told me today he was going to sue the attorney that represented New York Mellon because they allowed Marty to enter the house. Marty took every fucking possession that fat, untalented slob had.
He's desperately trying to cling to everything that he has in life because all he ever had was that show for 2 days. And now that he's lost everything, he's fighting everyone, and he's just get it all taken away little by little.
Yeah, it's a war of attrition, and he doesn't understand the concept of a battle of attrition. He doesn't get that concept. Sometimes you got to plan for the long fight, not just the short battle.
When I met Marty was the enemy. I had been hired by the fat, untalented slob to prosecute in a civil action Will Markland and Sean Brennan. And yeah, pedophile turned paralegal. And you see, I can see the humor in that, but you call George a bad name in the world. I met Marty, and Marty began to talk to me, and Marty, he showed me what he could do. And I realized who my superiors were, and I either beat them or join them. Well, Master Marty can end your fucking world if you fuck.
Yes, he can. Like, people see, I've listened
from a whole other country.
Go ahead. But yeah,
Marty is able to reach out and touch this fat slob
in ways he don't even realize.
I don't know how far Sweden is. What the fuck is it even on the mammoth thing? But I know that Marty's not to be fucked with. And George called Marty today and began to insult him and attack him. And that stupid whore began to call me. Let's see here. I want to send you the copies of the text messages that the whore sent me. Oh. Well, let me read a little bit of what I got from the whore today.
Please. Because this right here is a delusional crack whore threatening a ex-Marine, an upstanding citizen.
There's no such thing as an ex-Marine.
You're correct. My apologies, sir. My apologies. You are right about that. But please, go ahead. But please, go ahead.
Let me find what crack whore sent me today. So I was sitting here behaving, not bothering nobody, simply providing my work. And she sent me a picture of my crack whore with a nigger holding her gut. The next man that she married, the man that can't provide for, and she just went, "Oh, this is the one I was talking about. That one right there. Isn't that just beautiful? Isn't that not bad? Isn't she beautiful?" So she said, "You must be begging to go to prison, but your little ex-wifey, I'm sure, doesn't want to go and doesn't want to play this game that you have been going on with Miss Kristen." Well, just like she told you yesterday, she kept her promise. Pictures are being released all over the internet for Miss Christina. She sends me a screenshot about Judge Gibney. I can't help the fact that Judge Gibney thought the shit was funny and wrote her. He's
Yeah,
convinced it was me. I can't help the Judge Gibney had some fun.
yeah. I mean,
I
listen,
mean,
he sat back
you
and
need
read
to
these
tell.
court dockets for the last year regularly and probably just laughed because of just the absurdity of this entire case that this man tried to bring forward.
Well, let me continue to read from the whore.
Okay.
She says, all of the threats you've made, you don't get any more chances to make anymore. It's done. It's a wrap. It's already happened. You should have listened. This is what is get for trying to attack somebody. If you couldn't stand the heat, you should have stayed out of the fucking kitchen. LOL. Wow. You really big idiot. You wouldn't even, quote, no texted him. I ignored it. I said, you're an idiot. I will also be taking that video of Miss Kristen and releasing it everywhere. And she called me a pedophile. The fucking whore can't even spell a word. I responded, Marty will be dealing with this. She says, by the way, I love the dick pic you sent me. I'm going to make sure your husband sees them all the way. You should know exactly who this is. You've been flirting with me back and forth for a year. You got to call somebody to fight your battles? How cute. Kristen was right. You're a pussy. Nobody likes you, Michael. Even the trolls you claim to love can't stand you.
Wow.
I said, Kristen, get a job. It's 1:34 on a Wednesday.
Yeah, like really.
I hear Christina can't stand your ass either. She wrote a nice little paragraph to Miss Kristen, and Miss Kristen has decided to show on her Discord channel. Which I must admit, this bitch can't let us do anything. This whore has to put her face in it.
And that's narcissism, classic narcissism in action. Like she has. Go ahead.
She sends me a picture of my son and says, I know exactly where he goes to school. How nice. So I sent her a picture of the AK-47 you saw earlier.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that.
She continues to go on with pictures and pictures and pictures of my family. And it's not my fault that Judge Gibney called her a bitch. I had nothing to do with that. You need to talk to him. Listen, I could get fired. He can't. Judge Gibney's appointed for life. If he wants to call you a whore, you're a whore.
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason why he was appointed. Like, the simple fact that he let Gigi bring this case of all cases, as he calls it, to the point to where it was an actual court trial was mind-boggling to me. Like, I didn't think it was going to make it this far.
Well, that was me.
I know.
That was me.
I'm fully aware of that.
That's what Gigi refused. That's why the goons came after me so bad, because of who I am. And like I explained to everyone, I took a job. I mean, goddamn. If you called me on the phone, if you called me on my company number and I answered and you hired me, I'd for you. If you paid me, it's not personal.
Yeah, it's a job.
What Gigi got mad, what Gigi continues to tell me is that you did their papers. You did their papers. Yes, I did. I wrote the motion for summary judgment that Judge Gibney adopted. And he agreed with me. When I was on the stand, the first question George asked me after my name was, what do I think of his show? I leaned in. I think it's horrible. And Judge Gibney began to laugh.
I would have paid to have been there for that moment right there.
Why the fuck do you think listen, I make $360 a day. I threw that away to go laugh at Gigi for a day. Why do you think I did it?
Like, really, like, you even warned him a number of times. Are you really going to let a judge mock, berate, and degrade you publicly so you can beat your chest and claim you got to win? And in his mind, this made sense. Like, as long as he saw the light at the end of that tunnel, he was willing to drudge himself through all the filth and the shit, much like what was in the former bank's home. And he willingly did this because everybody told him it was a bad idea. The goons told him. I know his friends told him.
I even, there was a recess. I had to go shit because I'd laughed so much. I mean, literally, these goddamn videos were being played on two screens.
Oh, God.
I literally laughed so much in court. Never got yelled at that I had to go shit. It was that bad. I come back and there was a recess. So I went down and Gigi had got a parking ticket and didn't have any money, of course. So I paid for the next round of parking. And when we got back, I told him what the elements of copyright were, what he had to do. I mean, I sat him down and I said, Gigi, pay attention. I told him what the two elements were he had to prove, and he understood it, and he went in, and Judge Gibney, what Master Marty called appeal proofing the case, Judge Gibney went in and essentially gave Gigi every opportunity he could. He let him make offers of proof. He did everything he could. It's not our fault that the fat, untalented slob, that's what Mikey calls him, a fat, untalented slob, and he hates that.
You need to give him a raise on his allowance for me, by the way. But that's just for
Mikey,
that one right there.
Mikey wants for nothing. If Gigi's around, I'll give Mikey a 20 just to call him a fat, untalented slob.
Oh God.
Because I look forward to the day he raises a hand to my son so I can break his goddamn neck.
Yeah, I'm right there with you wholeheartedly. The simple fact, this is a 50-year-old man who regularly threatens people, being talked down to by a 12-year-old to his face.
Oh yeah,
Mikey deal with that.
Mikey knows that he has a Secret Service agent for father. Mikey knows that if you get too close to him, through pain.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, y'all want to do that? Y'all want to do it? Through pain comes this one. Through pain comes this one. That was our day.
He also knows old Bailey over here pick up an SKS anytime.
We want to fight. I want George to fight me. You didn't hear the video when he took me to the race?
Yeah.
And I cracked the taser a few times, and he was terrified just because I cracked the taser.
Don't do that. Yeah, it's like, yeah, your response was perfect. Yeah, I'm going to tase you while you're driving a car with me in it. Like, what the fuck?
Oh, I most certainly would. I most certainly would take you with a car. I most certainly would.
Yeah. It's just, Jesus, man. The delusions this man lives in. And he's a 50-year-old man.
Here's the sound.
Jeez.
Gigi can't take that. That's terrifying to Gigi. I mean, Gigi just, he is the definition of what I call a bitch nigga.
He's a bitch. He is fully a bitch. He's a punk.
No, Gigi is a bitch nigga. A man who will talk to you and tell you what he's going to do to you.
Won't do a goddamn
thing. He's go. See, Gigi is the reason I'm a Republican.
Yeah. No, I believe
He thinks that if something goes wrong, he can call the police and the authorities. You should have heard it today. Marty has it on video. I'm going to call the authorities. They're going to serve and protect me. No, you fat dumb bitch. They're going to laugh in your face.
Yeah.
Marty
they got
was
more
on the
important
phone
things
with
going
fat
on.
dumb slob. Marty was on the phone with this slob when he called the U.S. Marshals. He went to the Bureau. I can't get my shit confused. He went to the Bureau and told the Bureau that this South African agent was attacking him. He went to the I'm making this up. AG went to the Iraqo field office, sat down with an FBI agent, and Marty called him in front of the cop. And he fucking put it on speaker. And the FBI agent was laughing and Marty filmed the whole thing. I ain't making any shit up.
Jesus, I need copies of all this. I need some good humor, man. Like,
he does not near South Africa.
Oh yeah, dude.
You gotta call him Master Marty. I asked him to be here tonight. He said it was too late.
Yeah,
That's
naturally.
the
I'm eventually one day. I really do want to sit down and do an interview with the Honorable Mr. McFly, and I'm definitely going to have a chance to talk with him. But I want to make sure it's more working with his time frame and so forth, because
I think we need to promote Marty. He doesn't need to sit as the AG. He needs to run for governor.
Oh yeah.
He needs to be Governor Marty McFly. I mean,
he would have my vote hands down. Like the simple fact is, Gigi has literally the definition of an unchecked ego. He's allowed himself to believe in the, like, that's the reason why I love the meme, in Gigi's, imaginary world. He lives in a mansion of a 6 income figure. Gigi's reality, he's a food delivery boy who lives in the bank's house and he shits in buckets because he has done all these things. Because he didn't have water in his house, he literally defecated in buckets behind his house because he is that much of, he literally makes all Southerners look bad. It's one of the things that piss
He
me off.
does, man.
He
This
really
episode
does.
of My Stranger Things. Well, we can't help the fact that he was raised by a hypno-rapist. That is his claim to fame. The hypno-rapist died. He got what the hypno-rapist had and squandered it all. When I was worth $500,000. Motherfucker, your daddy died and it was in escrow.
Yeah.
Woo, baby!
Yeah.
I'm rich. My daddy died. My daddy's name. My daddy touched my butthole and popped me in the ass. Woo, baby!
Oh God, it's like I tell people this story of George Alexander Yared like regularly, and they don't believe me. They think I'm lying or I'm making it up, and then I'll pull up Discord or like whatever I got my stuff saved on, and I'll literally show them these things. And they don't believe it. They think like half of it's photoshopped, and I tell them every single time,
Oh, yeah,
it's not. It's really not. Okay.
No, not you. We're cleaning the weapons while we're talking.
Oh, fair enough. Okay. Cool. I don't blame you in getting in the situation. I would too. But
well, it's just simple. It's like this. I told you. You see what sits beside me.
mm-hmm.
I want somebody to reach out and touch my son. I want them to do it. I want them to do it so that I can finally rain hellfire here in the Commonwealth.
Yeah, I don't blame you there.
That's what George should understand. George, that's what we told George today, and Marty both. George has this idea you can talk all the shit you want and then call the police.
Yeah.
But I told George, when I was in prison, I had this black man look me right in my face, and he said, I am a real nigger. He didn't say nigger.
Mm-hmm.
He looked at me and he said, I am a real nigger.
Yeah, he wasn't the playing around type. I got you.
And made it very clear. And that's what I told George today. I said, I'm not Kristen, I'm not Vince, I'm not Marty, I'm none of them people. I am a real nigger.
Yeah.
You fuck with my kid, and I got a 75-round drum that will come your way. And if that's necessary, and I'm not the one. When I carry a weapon, you don't hear me carry a gun.
Yeah.
That's an AK-47. I don't carry a gun. I don't carry one on my hip. I'm not one of them people you see in Walmart with a rifle.
Yeah.
It's just simple. You come too close to my family, through pain comes discipline. And this woman needs to understand that I'm not one of her nigga buddies. I'm not one of her titty bar men that want to fuck her and don't have any money.
Ugh, good Lord.
I am a real man.
Yeah. No,
I'm not one of them. I'm not one of them people that just deal with your shit.
Yeah. No, I agree. And it's mind-blowing to me the fact that in her delusional mind, she figured, okay, if I can't go at him directly, I'm going to threaten his kid. Like, that's going to turn out like a good move. Like, that is mind-blowing to me. Like, the simple fact that she's still functioning is like surprising to me because, like, I've dealt with people making threats. I mean, oh, you bald son of a bitch. That's cool. I don't care. I mean, it is what it is. I've had one person threaten my child, and when that dude finally woke up in the hospital and realized he couldn't walk because I broke his T4, T7 vertebrae, yeah, shit gets real quick, especially when it comes to kids. Hands down.
Well, there's only two things that I protect with my life, and that's Danny and that's Mikey.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's nothing, and that's what you're supposed to do in this world nowadays. You know what I mean? It's just this world is just
you
insane.
get too close to Mikey, I'm trying to remember what I can say and what I can't. I was trained in Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri. I can say that.
Mm-hmm.
That was after Parris Island, South Carolina, and that was after Geiger. You get too close to me or my kid, you become an enemy combatant.
Yeah, this is truth. That's just
You
simple
hurt.
reality.
I mean, I don't care what the Code of Virginia says. I don't care what the United States Code says. When it comes down to my child, through pain comes discipline. And I've explained to that fat, untalented slob, I love you, Maggie. I just want him to know that we're quoting him.
Yeah.
He's the first one who came up with it. He said, Dad, instead of Gigi, call him Fuss. Fat, untalented slob.
See, kids nowadays, they're a hell of a lot smarter. I don't know if maybe that's just, me looking back. Kids nowadays seem to be a hell of a lot smarter than we were. You know what I mean? At the same age. You know what I mean? Like, imagine your 12-year-old version. Would you have looked at him and been like, you know what? I'm going to start calling him Fuss. Just a fat, untalented slob. Like, that is priceless, man. Well, honorable sir, I believe that I've got a number of people and all that because I'm going to be wrapping up in the near future. I want to at least get through the calls and all that. I want to thank you for coming on to the show and all that, and I do honestly mean that. Both you, Danny, and all that. Y'all guys, I honestly want to be able to consider y'all friends.
Yeah,
y'all are good
don't
people.
Forget Matt Sergeant Bailey. Don't forget Matt Sergeant Bailey who took his time to be.
Most definitely, including Bailey as well, for sure, man. But listen, any last messages you want to shoot out to anybody or anything like that?
You threaten my kid again, I'll blow your goddamn head off, you bitch.
That's about it. I couldn't put it any better myself, good sir. All right.
George in his van. Please share the location.
Yeah.
Yeah, if any point you know where the boar bum is, give me calls so I can go over. This is something I thought was funny. I told George today that Jay Smith would split his tires. Here's the deal. If you go up to George's van and just fucking take a valve stem remover and loosen the valves, and all of them are flat, it's not vandalism or destruction.
Nope, it's not.
If you go to George, not at all. That's my legal opinion.
Okay.
If you go to George's van and simply let the air out of it, you've committed no crime. And I'll defend you in court.
It sounds like to me I might need to get a hold of a fancy black man in a suit about that. That's a viable possibility.
Yeah, I'm gonna reach out to Jay tonight.
All right, hell yeah, brother. Listen, man, you just send him my love and all that, man. Thank you for coming on to the Behavioralist, and I'm honored to have you, sir.
Thank you for having me.
Likewise. You have a good one. All right.
You too, sir.
All right. Okay, guys. Now that, good sir, is an honorable man. A man that I like. Really good dude. Okay. So I know we've got a number of people waiting. So we are going to go ahead and get into the group calls and so forth. Would you mind, Miss Isabel, connecting me to what's the gentleman? Vapor? Okay. All right. Give him a call then. All right. Go ahead and connect. Hello, caller. Thank you for calling in the Behavioralist. How are you doing today?
Hello. It's been going good.
Good.
So I realized, my dad wrecked his truck, yesterday.
Ooh, was he
It's kind
alright?
of interesting. No, yeah, he's alright. He just rammed into someone else.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, it's interesting seeing the truck, because that's been, like, a part of my childhood. And
so, I mean, do you
know,
feel
it's just
different
weird
knowing
seeing
that it's damaged, or I mean, is the vehicle entirely destroyed, sir?
Well, like, the whole grill is not there.
Mm-hmm.
Headlights are, hanging off. Hood is bent. And I don't know. It's just weird seeing it like that.
Yeah, because you're used to the vehicle being together in one piece. I'm assuming that you're associating your father with the vehicle.
I'm used to it just having a whole bunch of small dents.
Yeah, I got you. But now it's a really big change and so forth. I understand.
Yeah, it's a big dent.
Yeah, I believe it. So, knowing that the vehicle is damaged and so forth, how are you going to How are you processing that, sir?
I don't know. I'm thinking like both yay and no,
Mm-hmm.
because the yay is because my dad keeps saying he keeps wanting to. He keeps saying that he wants to get another truck,
Yeah.
even though he doesn't do it.
Yeah.
So him getting into a wreck with it would give him a reason to actually get the truck that he wants.
Gotcha.
And then a no part is obviously because of the childhood thing.
Yeah, naturally. But I mean, the most important thing I would say is focus on, even though it might be a plus about getting, the new vehicle and so forth, that A, your father was okay, and B,
Yeah.
while it's a part of growing up, learning, seeing things
Yeah.
change, get older, different, so forth.
Yeah.
The main topic we're talking about today is basically, have you dealt with situations that have seemed unsurmountable to you, or or just like dealing with people that you want to destroy them, but you can't. So, like, have you ever found yourself in those type of situations, sir?
My bus driver last year.
Okay, I got you. I think we've all had at least one
me
bus
and
driver you
everyone
want to punch.
else on
Yeah.
my bus last year wanted to just jump her and yank her off the bus.
Yeah. Well, you should have just snagged a bottle of alcohol, threw it, like doused her clothes in it. Then you probably could have gotten away with it. Didn't that work out for a group of kids a couple years ago? Right. See, you got to think outside the box to deal with those situations.
Yeah, good point.
Right. But
Yeah,
anyway,
yeah, true.
but besides, the issue of your father and so forth, are you doing all right?
Yeah.
Good.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Good.
You know, I just thought of the most painful situation possible,
Mm-hmm.
and that would be so going bungee jumping, but tying the cord around your balls.
I'm pretty sure that A, that would be nearly impossible, or B, if you succeeded, you would probably crush your balls and still manage to fall to your death. Because, I mean, you got to keep in mind, it's not like they're literally solid. You know what I mean? Like, there's give and take in things. Yeah. All right. Well, is there anything else I can do for you, good sir?
Nah, I think that's good.
Okay. Well,
is it okay if I just randomly start jacking off to you, or is that a no?
I would rather you not.
What?
Yeah, I would rather you not,
Oh.
because that's a wee bit gay. Okay, that's a wee, not a lot.
Okay.
But a wee. But
yeah.
In all seriousness,
just a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit. It's like whenever you're talking to the girl, it's like, oh, just the tip. It's just about that much.
Yeah.
But for what it's worth, I'm glad that your dad's okay. All right.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
All right. Well, I hope you're relaxed and have a great day, sir.
Okay.
I got a feeling that was about to go south on me real quick. Can you go ahead and connect the next call, please, Miss Isabel? Thank you, sweetie. What's the name of the person? Noob? Okay. Hello, caller? Caller, hello?
Oh, sorry, sir. Hello.
Oh, it's quite alright, how are you doing today, sir?
I'm doing good, sir.
What can I do for you today?
Sorry, I logged out, my bad. I would like to say, I have some problems with a girl.
Okay, well, what are your problems, sir? I've got plenty of experiences of what to do wrong, so maybe I can assist you.
I'm in high school.
Okay.
And like it's really painful for me, to be honest, look, I'm just gonna be honest with you. I'm a Jehovah's Witness. So I'm just gonna let you know.
Okay, okay, I got you.
Yeah, but I watch your stuff. You know, I think you're a cool guy.
Oh, thank you. I'm
And,
humbled by that.
you know, yeah, and I kind of understand that. You know, you can kind of get a little annoyed by us. I can, but
Yeah, it's
because
just
this
the
girl.
4:30 thing, man. It's like
Okay, the
why at
4:30.
4:30? Why do y'all knock on my door at 4:30? That is
Okay,
not okay.
either either the Mormons are coming in contact with you. I'm not sure if it's a witness or not because we don't usually go at 4.
You usually don't go out at 4:30.
We
Okay.
No, we don't. We go at like 8.
Uh huh.
I'm not sure. I think the Mormons, man, that's the Mormons. They have.
Yeah. Yeah. See, normally I never really get to that much information because I normally sleep in the nude. So whenever I answer the door and all that, they usually just run off really quickly. I never really get that much confirmation from
Uh,
them. Yeah.
all right. Well, I got this problem with a girl at school.
Okay.
She's crazy,
Okay.
and I'm talking about bad crap crazy. Um, I think she's a. I think yeah, she is. Like she's freaking on this damn freaking Venom type crap. Like, dear God, the amount of crap. Like, I'm gonna give you. She said, when I first met her, I just want, I don't want to be her friend, but I just wanted to freaking have a good relationship with everybody.
Yeah. Naturally. Yeah.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Oh, sorry.
It's quite all right.
Now I we actually became friends, but then as immediately as we soon became friends, she started to reveal herself more.
Mm.
Like it wasn't all right. Like she started trying to say, "Hey man, listen to this music, right?" And I listened, and I'm like, "Okay, nope, never mind. Nope, I'm not listening to that trash because, like, this is like some. No, I believe metal music is satanic. It's like it depends on what the context. It's like I'm talking about like an extreme band.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I got you.
And she she revealed that she likes cutting herself. No, like she literally takes pleasure.
Yes. Yeah.
Like
She
she.
receives euphoria from the beta endorphins that are released from the
Yeah.
damage. Yes.
Um. And I'm pretty disturbed. You're getting pleasure from doing this? She said, "Yeah, I'm doing it for you," and I'm like, "No, never.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
leaving." I
That's
just
a
left
red
it.
flag. If I
That
was you, I'd get
that's
out
a
of
red
that
flag of a
situation.
crazy. Yeah,
Yeah.
I did. I did. I'm like, yeah, never mind. You know what? Look, you know what? Nah, I can't. Look, I try to be nice to people, but there's a thing I believe when my religion saying if someone's saying some weird stuff, the best thing to do is just leave because it's not worth risking what's going to happen in the situation now. Right
True. Very true, sir.
now, what happened is that she sent me um nude, and I was like, no.
She sent you
Look,
nudes.
I know some people. Yeah, and I'm like, okay, you know what, man? You know what? Even though some boys at school are like, oh man, why didn't you accept it? I'm like, I don't care if she sent me nude. I'm not freaking interested in that. And plus, that's probably child. Isn't that child pornography?
Well, I mean, as long as you're not above the age of 18 and y'all guys are both consenting into it, there's no real legal issue there. But I definitely respect your commitment to your religion and so forth because a lot of guys would just,
Yeah.
Still try to use that for their advantage.
Already do it already. Yeah, they would just. Oh yeah, but um, look, it's gonna be hard to believe what I'm gonna be telling you, but even if I would say, even if I wasn't a witness, she has AIDS. She revealed to
Mhm.
people that she had AIDS. And I'm like, oh, great. The worst thing ever. Great. If I get raped, like, it's game over.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, I would definitely, I mean, there's nothing wrong with being there for her as a friend and so forth, but yeah, definitely don't ever let it get anything
Yeah, but
past
like, I
that.
did, like, but I, yeah, but like, I stopped associating with her. I'm like, you know what, I can't. I told people in my congregation saying, hey, man, there's this girl talking to me. She's saying all this stuff. And they told me, you know what, look, Joel, the best thing you could do is just be nice to her, but don't try to be her friend because that's not a person you would want to.
Yeah, sometimes, I mean, it's tough because, especially whenever you have a heart that's more or less open to people and so forth, you want everybody to be okay. There's very few people who actually take pleasure in other people's suffering. Um, but at the same time, you got to worry about your own mental and physical health and safety. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah,
even if it's not the physical thing, it's the mental thing that
yeah,
that can
still,
drain you down really
still,
quick.
yeah. And then the situation gets worse of her when I stop talking to her. She literally goes on a Discord and saying, "Why haven't you been to me? I don't need to talk to you. What do you mean?" She says, "I thought." I'm like, "I already told you we're not being friends anymore." She said, "Why?" Because I don't agree with this. And she gets pissed off, right? And
Hmm.
then she says that serious. She says the freakiest thing. I'm dead serious. She tells me that she's she's gonna be playing with some black magic crap. I'm like, oh god. No, I'm not scared, but like the thought of thinking, yeah, she's definitely Satanist, even though she said, oh no, I'm an atheist. I'm not sure what you're saying, lady. I think you may be crazy
Yeah.
because I'm not sure. Like, and plus, I don't get it. She's my age.
Uh huh.
Well, and the teachers are aware of this. Mind you, the teachers are aware of
Yeah.
this. That she has, I think, schizophrenia. Yeah, and I'm in school
Uh huh.
for the challenge. I'm not sure why. To the school, I never wanted to go to the school. I hate it. It's garbage.
Yeah.
And she oh my god, she has this thing so that people understand, and that like anybody she used to say, oh no, he's bullying me, or he doesn't want to be my friend. Like she like does this woe to me thing because she has palsy, and I'm like, oh great, the greatest excuse because like people are gonna like feel bad for her, right?
Yeah.
Like, oh no, she
Well, I
like
mean,
I'm like,
sadly,
come on.
nowadays, this generation, a lot of people look at
Oh,
victimhood
this is
points as
messed up, of
actually
course.
being things. I mean, it's very odd times we're living in nowadays.
Yeah, man. To be honest, we're living the last days.
If
I don't
we're
think
only
this
lucky,
generation's
man,
gonna.
I think it's honestly about time. We really can't keep limping on any further. But I think you're doing the right
Yeah,
thing. I mean, there's nothing wrong with trying to be
yeah,
there for the person, but at the same time, you got to worry
yeah.
about your own mental and physical health as well. Because even
Yep.
if it's not the physical issue, it's the mental thing of dragging you down that can really. Because a lot of people underestimate things such as depression and so forth. My advice for her would be to possibly see professional help, things like that. And if she does in fact have AIDS, she really does not need to be cutting because that's an open transfer. That
Yeah,
could be
like
very bad.
yeah, that's what I said. But like she's. I'm not sure what. Look, insane. I'm talking about that she really doesn't care about others. She really only cares about her own self.
Yeah. Yeah,
Like
so
she's
she's
that
she's
soul.
using it as a type of manipulation, is
Yeah,
what you're saying.
and she even goes to therapy. She even goes to all that stuff. But
Hmm.
she does that to say, "Oh, I can control myself," even though she. And this is the thing that scares me the most. I'm like, how is she to be in society, but she's doing all this stuff? I'm like, that's too. I'm not sure she should even be in the school.
Yeah.
I'm not even sure because that's too freaking scary. Like,
Yeah.
think of she has AIDS. I don't have any against anything people with AIDS, but if this is like sick.
Yeah. I would definitely just be careful and possibly maybe talk to your parents and so forth, see if there might be an
No, I
option.
talked to my parents. They talked to my parents, and they told me, yeah, you know what, son, look, you gotta be. The
Yeah.
teachers are aware. It's just what is the school like? I don't like the school either because it's an SJW school, and I hate
Yeah. But I mean, they're on
it.
the increase, unfortunately, son.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should definitely just try to be careful about that. Maybe talk to your parents, explain to them the situation, be like, "Look, I really don't feel
No, I
comfortable
explain.
with this scenario."
I explain. I explained to them this situation. They talked to the teachers. Yeah, but they said we can't remove her from the school.
Yeah,
Like the parents. They and I'm like whatever. Well, they will take. Well, they could take her out, as in they will remove her if she goes too far. I'm talking
yeah,
about
but the problem is somebody else will get caught in the crosshairs of that before it's considered too far, though.
yeah, like I've had nights of her stabbing me and freaking raping me, and God, I'm like, why do I have these nightmares? I swear.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's
It's
a lot of people argue with dreams and so forth that it's just a projection of the subconscious and all that. You might be paranoid
yeah.
just due to the fact of close interaction is something maybe going wrong or something like that. I would just say
No,
just do your best to be careful.
yeah, I'm doing my best to be careful. Like, I do have anxiety. I do have ADHD. It's really low severe. It's really freaking low. So a lot of people, I mean, a lot of people don't know that I have ADHD, but I mean, I can go on forever and talk to people,
Yeah.
and then people are like, "Oh, you have ADHD because you talk a lot, or you a lot of stuff, and you're not even calming down."
Yeah.
And like it really bothers me, when I'm at school, right? And I don't want to talk to people that are weird, right?
Yeah.
But then the teachers are like, "No, you gotta socialize with people." I'm like, "Screw that! I'd rather be alone than talk to."
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
It's
got you.
like,
See, I'm naturally antisocial myself, so I can interact
yeah,
with people. But I prefer solitude if I can help it. But
yeah. I
mhm. Go ahead.
mean, it's that I'm not like, oh, I'm gonna be antisocial, not talk to people. I mean, I'm talking about I will talk to anybody, but that is not crazy or that, you know what I mean? Like, I'll try to talk to people that I barely even know. I'll
Yeah.
try to, and you know that it's recently come to my attention that I've been dealing with her. She's gotten incredibly worse to the point that she brought a blade, those blades to cut yourself,
Uh-huh. Yeah.
and she's like what was cutting her wrist under this desk.
Yeah.
And the reason why nobody saw or noticed was because she was wearing her jacket,
Yeah, she was
and
using that to hide it and so forth. Yeah, see,
it's
she's using the cutting as a coping mechanism, due to whatever stress,
but it's not
external or internal, is going on.
good. Yeah, but it's not good because you can
No,
die
no,
from that. And
no, it's not.
yeah,
It's definitely not
yeah,
good, sir.
yeah, it's really bad because that for like I swear I'm not sure why in the world would people
Yeah,
when that number it's insane. It's like
yeah.
I saw her. I told the teachers that, right? They didn't
Hmm.
believe me. Like, Joel, you're imagining things. But then I see her and she's moaning. I swear but it's like a
Yeah,
low moan. Nobody.
she's
She's
more or
exhausted,
less. Yeah, she's getting some form of gratification for it and so forth. Yeah.
and yeah, like Jonathan Hills, the cuck,
Yeah, I've heard that too. But
yeah.
sir, I got a few other people on the line. Is there anything else I can do for you, sir?
All right. Well, the only thing is that it's been talking to you, DSO3. May you continue trolling that cuck Jonathan Hills, and shout out to my boyfriend bathrobe Dwayne, and I will see you later.
All right,
Peace.
have a good one. Have a good one. And definitely shout out to Bathrobe Dwayne. I love that dude. He's a good dude. Can you go ahead and connect me with the next caller, Miss Isabel? We seem to have a few more people lined up. Let's see. He's been waiting for a period of time. What's the name? C is for. I don't know what that is. We'll go ahead and check it out. Thank you, sweetie. Thank you for calling in the Behavioralist. What can I do for you today?
Yo, hey, hello, Behavioralist. How are you? How are you going today?
I can't complain. How are you doing today, sir? Pleasure talking to you.
You know, something happened earlier. My mom brought home a new type of cereal. It's called Bootios. Have you ever heard of Bootios?
No, sir. I can't say I've heard of Bootios. What are those?
It's a little blue box with a little nigger on the front.
Oh, that. That's a little messed up. That ain't even a little messed up. That's just messed up. That's a little messed up right there. Elite Raider, thank you for the subscription. Thank you. Very kind of you, brother. Speaking of which, let's go ahead and pop into the next caller. What's the name? Oh, actually, okay.
Mr. Nuke, how's it going there, feller?
I can't complain. How are you doing today, sir?
I'm doing good there, feller. Now listen here. I'm a professional NASCAR driver, and I go vroom 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 to my sister, if you know what I mean.
Oh, okay, you go vroom vroom vroom. What does vroom 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 mean?
I mean, I basically just put my dick in my sister's
Oh.
vagina.
That is wrong. You should. Don't do that. Like, ever. That is horrible. What is wrong with people? Mrs. Would you mind go ahead and connecting the next caller, please? Hello, caller. Thank you for calling in the Behavioralist.
My. What's up? How you doing?
I can't complain too much. How are you doing today, sir?
My day's been kind of shitty.
Oh, well, I'm sorry to hear that. What's been going on with your day?
I got kicked out of the 7-Eleven.
You got kicked out of a 7-Eleven. I'm sorry to hear that. What happened?
They thought I was stealing a Laffy Taffy. A fucking Laffy Taffy.
A Laffy Taffy? You mean like the 10-cent piece of candy?
Yeah, it's candy, but it's $1.08.
Okay, it's $1.08 for a piece of Laffy Taffy. That is way too much of a price hike right there. I'm sorry to hear that. So how did you deal with that situation, sir?
Didn't really deal with it that much. They just kicked me out.
They
even asked if I was going to pay for it or anything.
What did you tell them?
I told them that I was going to pay for it, but then when they were kicking me out, I don't know, I didn't really tell them that much because I just didn't give a fuck at the time, but now I do because I was stupid.
Yeah, naturally. I mean, when you look back on things, you get a little bit of time to think about things, a lot more emotions come up and so forth. Well, I'm definitely sorry to hear that, but what can I help you out with today, sir?
Well, that was a little bit of a tangent. I actually have a story to tell. It's pretty funny.
Okay.
So, one time, me and my friend were going. There's this park nearby, and we have outside lunch. We can go outside for our lunch during break and all that. We were just gonna go to this park and hang out. It's pretty quiet there. And while we were hanging out there, eating all that stuff, chilling out, some black squirrel comes up to us. And he kind of just sits there for a couple seconds, and he just keeps on looking at us. And we don't know what to do because he's just staring at us, and it was pretty funny.
Yeah, I can see the argument there. That's definitely a unique situation with nature actually interacting with you. So, did the black squirrel do anything?
Oh, I realized that I had a bag of Cheerios in my lunchbox, so I threw him a handful. And then he proceeded to eat every Cheerio I threw on the ground.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, it's a good food source, and with the grain, it's really good in energy. So that kind of makes sense.
And this entire time, me and my friend were just laughing because he just was eating all the Cheerios that we'd throw at him or anything. He just eat.
Yeah, yeah. He's storing the food, getting his cheeks swollen up, and all that. Yeah, I mean, that's what they do.
Yeah, but that was about it. That was really I don't know. That was a nice little moment there.
Yeah, that was. I wish I could say I had a moment like that today. That's actually pretty cool, man. But is there anything else I can do for you, sir?
No, not that much.
All right, all right. Well, for what it's worth, I'm glad that you had a good day. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Have a good one, sir. Okay. Do we got any more callers lined up? Chat in the Discord general if you would like to be a caller. Let's see. Drag me in. Award-winning mod. Yeah. Echo on caller end. Okay, this is not working. That's not good. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so we got a few more calls lined up. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and this right here will probably be the final set of phone calls. Okay. So let's go ahead. Hello, caller. What can I do for you today?
Yo.
Hello, caller. How are you?
Oh, oh shit! It's the behavioralist. My bad.
Yeah, it's all good. It's
Oh,
all good. So what can I do for you today, sir?
All right, I wanted to know what today's topic was about.
Basically, it was about dealing with opposition in your life and how to move forward. And I had a special guest on, which was a friend of mine by the name of Michael, who's been dealing with something very similar.
Oh, I've been having some. I've been having to move on too. I've been having to move on from fucking my sister in the ass.
Oh, that is horrible. Oh, why would you joke about that? What is wrong with you? Isabel, you need to be doing a better job of screening these callers. Like, I think that guy called in before. That was horrible. Ugh, what is wrong with the world? Oh, we got another caller? Okay. Okay, wait, wait, the caller went somewhere? Well, crap. Okay. Wait a minute. That is not doing what it's supposed to. Oh, okay. We got a caller. Okay, let's go ahead. Is this a new caller or is this a repeat? It's a new caller? Okay, okay.
What up?
Hello, caller. How are you doing today, sir?
I'm good. How about you?
I can't complain too much. Well, what can I do for you today?
Yes, I just have a little story to share.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So I broke into Jonathan Hill's place last night,
Uh-huh.
and I saw Arya on the ground, and she had a needle in her arm.
Whoa, that's definitely not... Why was that going on?
I don't know. It was a black, gooey substance in the needle.
Uh-huh. That
And
sounds...
she was...
I'm sorry.
Oh, it was heroin.
Oh, it was her. Yeah, yeah. That's kind of what like that. That's definitely not good. I mean, what
Yes.
happened, sir? Did you call 911?
What happened?
Maybe get her some Narcan?
Oh, no, she was okay. She was okay. She woke up after I was doing this to her.
Oh God, what is wrong? Oh, what is wrong with people? That is horrible. Hello, caller.
Oh, hi there.
Well,
How's it going there?
I can't complain. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Hey, listen, man. I have a secret thing for this chick named Belle Delphine. Do you know who she is?
No, I have no idea
yes.
who that is.
It's some woman from TikTok. You know, just kind of one of those
Yeah,
preppy nerdy
I
cosplay.
don't mess with TikTok that much.
I want to fucking.
Now, hey, now
What
listen,
up?
here,
What is
Mr.
going on?
Mr. Diaz. Now listen, do you drink Pepsi?
I don't really drink
Yeah.
Pepsi. I'm more of a Coca-Cola guy.
Excuse me,
Damn it,
fella.
Randy! Stop talking,
No.
Randy.
Nah, yeah,
Okay,
don't talk
So
to
this
me
is
like that, fella.
Welcome
So
to Alabama
I need
Deuce.
help. Because okay, so while I'm not doing NASCAR, I do farming.
You farm,
And,
okay?
Yeah,
He plows his sister. He plows his sister on the top
Wait,
of the
I
hay
hope
bale.
he doesn't plow his sister. That's horrible.
Okay, so my gay bull is trying to fuck my truck. What do I do?
You're trying to fix your truck. Do you know how to fix what's wrong with the truck?
No. My
I don't
gay
even know how to fix my
bull
brain.
is trying to fuck my truck.
Your
Yeah, my
girlfriend
hammer's
is
flaring
trying
up
to
real
have
bad.
sexual relationship with your truck.
Yeah, my gay bull is doing this.
Your Gable. You should not let it do it then.
Well, here's the thing. When I try to stop it, it just starts, it just stares at me in a way that it wants to kill me.
Okay. Wait for it to
Isn't
sleep,
it
and that's when you strike.
Okay.
Listen, feller, I'm broke myself, and now listen here. I like to drive my
Look here, look,
1956 Ford F100, and let me tell you, it's a hunk of shit, okay? And now him
What
talking
do you
about
think, feller? It's a
It's a.
Hey,
He said it was
listen.
a Ford.
it's a Ford,
What is
okay?
going
Now
on
listen.
here? Uh-huh.
Now, no, listen. Now, my trunk is taking a piece of shit.
Ari, ah!
What?
who the
What?
hell
What
are
is
you?
going
Ari,
on? What is going on?
From the Buddhism hotline. Is that her?
Okay.
God
Where
I want
is
to
she?
say something.
Where does she blows? Where does she
I want to
blows?
say something.
Okay. Let's say something.
Does she
Go
eat the
ahead.
chocolate cake?
Yeah, she shouldn't be doing that.
So,
What, blown cake?
what's the difference between a black guy and a snow tire? No, the snow tire does not scream when you put chains on it.
Oh, that is horrible. That is horrible. What is
I really appreciate that
wrong?
language.
That is not
Hey,
okay.
Baylor. Hey, Mr. Mr. Deus03, may I say
What's the difference between a fridge and a 3-year-old?
Oh.
The fridge does not scream when you put meat in it.
Oh, okay, that's it. No. That is horrible. That is absolutely horrible. What is wrong with people nowadays? Sweet Jews for Jesus. Sweet Jews for Jesus. What's up, Inokishin? Where's Kate? She is relaxing. She is taking it easy right now. Well, after that deplorable scene, I think we're going to go ahead and call it a wrap because what is wrong with people? This has been a weird day, and I would like to take this moment to do a specialized message real quick. Matter of fact, I'm going to pull up my sad songs for that. Let's see. Just go ahead and get that started. Okay. Now, people, I want to use my opportunity to try to help you. And it seems like when I try, it doesn't work as well as I'd hope. And there's a number of factors going into that. Some of those might be me. George Alexander Yared and Kristen O'Connors are horrible people. Truly. Complete and utter scumbags. They're the type of people who threaten small children. And one day, eventually, they will get what they deserve. And I actually have faith in that. I appreciate everybody who's came out and all that good stuff. Mr. Jake Mahoney, you said that you are trying to call. Well, I will call you as soon as I get through with this little monologue. And I'm honored. Everybody who's shown up and who wants to be a part. I'll regularly be doing these type of streams on Twitch. Twitch.tv/DSO3. I really don't want to put too much content on YouTube for the way that they are messing people up. And justice for Mumkey. Alright. So, we got Mr. Jake Mahoney trying to do one call real quick. Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can actually get a hold of him. Are you on Discord, Mr. Jake Mahoney? Let's see. You should be on my Discord. If you are, save Mumkey Jones. I agree with you, Pizza Parker, but I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen. They're going to try to use him to prove a point. Sadly. But yet they protect Gillette because of their PR company being a collection of idiots. Mr. Jake Mahoney, are you on Discord? Because I will call you. I was actually just about to end the stream, but if you're going to pop on, I will take your call. If I can actually get the microphone or the mouse to work. Come on. Where are you at, Jake? Y'all guys should hop on the Discord. That's the easiest way to get a hold of me. Okay. I can hold on. Yeah, it's obviously getting to be a quiet place, especially if, that's justice nowadays. Mr. Mahoney, if you can call me on Discord, you should have my Discord, and that'd probably be the best way to get a hold of me. And that's not working, because why would I expect it to work? Oh, story of my life, guys. Story of my life. Hello?
Hello!
Why, hello there, Mr. Mahoney. How are you doing today, sir? Hello?
Hello?
Hello, okay, I can hear you now. My apologies. How are you doing today, sir?
I'm doing pretty good.
Awesome. So what can I do for you?
What's this, program, or the stream about, real quick?
Well, for the most part, we were talking about, dealing with obstacles in life and how to overcome them, and I actually had a special guest, a friend of mine, Michael, who'd been dealing with something similar because of George Alexander Yared and his stripper crack whore friend.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, busy.
Cool.
But what's going on with you? Is there anything I can help you out with, sir?
Yeah, so, quick thing, I kind of feel rude for asking this, but is it Deuce or Deus?
It's a Deus because it's actually Latin, but a lot of people call me Deuce because, American speech patterns. I've been called worse, so, I mean, as long as you get my attention, I'm okay with it.
Alright, cool. So I'm just swinging by to say what's up, and I have some news.
Okay, well, what's your news, sir?
For the whole community, something big's going to happen with me and John. I'm going to confront him in person.
You're going to confront him in person. Is he aware that you're going to confront him in person, or are you just going to catch him with a surprise?
I'm not going to do any of that sneak attack stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a video, right? Calling him out.
and in this certain location. And what I'm gonna need to do is I'm gonna need some help with some people. We're gonna have to spread this video, make sure Jonathan sees.
Okay.
And then when I want to publicly, confront Jonathan Hills.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what. You have my support. Anything I can do, I'll be glad of service, Mr. Mahoney.
Awesome, thank you.
Not a problem.
Hey, I'm gonna try it whenever I can. I've been really busy lately, but
Yeah.
something big's going to happen, my friends.
Okay. I honestly
It's
can't
going
wait.
to
I'm
be
excited
amazing.
for it. Definitely excited for it.
Me too.
All right. So, is there anything else I can do for you, good sir?
That's about it, man. Nice talking to you.
Likewise, likewise. Godspeed, Mahoney. Godspeed. Okay. Seem to have a large number of people. Actually, talked to some good people. A lot of people trying to sleep with their sisters, which I'm still trying to figure out. You really shouldn't be doing that, because it's creepy. And I think we're going to go ahead and probably call this one a wrap. I appreciate everybody who came out. Make sure that you follow on twitch.tv/DSO3. I'll probably do a couple of these on YouTube, but for the main part, majority of them will be located on Twitch. I'll be moving a lot of my content over there. Once I get some better quality internet and things like that, be doing a lot more gaming streams, a lot more interactivity. I want to be able to give the community a place to come by and chill out, relax. But either way, hope you guys are doing alright. You always get what you deserve. Deus Vult, brothers.